And now joining us to talk about his amazing yoga fitness system and WrestleMania 29, let's welcome Diamond Dallas Page. Welcome to the show, DDP.
Guys, thanks for having me on, man.
Well, let's talk about your yoga system, which you claim ain't your mama's yoga. What makes the system so unique? That sounds like fighting words, too.
You know, I'm going to do some, since we are on camera here, I'm going to have you do this with me. You know this sign, all right? Throw it up, 20,000 people threw it up. What makes DDP Yoga its own animal is dynamic resistance. And what I do is I just take your thumb and index fingers. I want you to do it with me. I want you to push them together as hard as you can. You doing that?
Yep.
Feel your forearm, your bicep, and your pec engage. They start to flex. Now I want you to straighten your arms straight out in front of you. Pull your pinkies away. Pull them away and push your thumb and index fingers together. See how your forearm, your tricep, your delt, and your trap engages. Now I want you just to lean back, but create your own resistance. And when I call the diamond cutter sign, right, out to a T, clench your fist and hulk it up, brother. No yoga, no workout does what DDP Yoga does. What it does is when we're engaging muscles, every time you fire a muscle, your heart has to beat faster to get the blood to the muscle. Hence, by engaging all the muscles I have you do, you get in the fat burning zone, literally standing still. So here's the 4 things you need to know about DDP Yoga. DDP Yoga is kick-ass cardio. It will dramatically increase your flexibility and your core strength, and it's all done with minimal joint impact. That's what makes it its own animal.
Very cool. That's awesome. I feel good already. I'm ready to go. All right, well, not only did you come up with the idea, but you've been opening up your home to former WWE wrestlers who are in need of help, most notably Jake the Snake Roberts. What has his progress been like?
I'll tell you what, when I got with Jake 7 months ago, his hands were starting to curl in and stuff, and we've helped to reverse that through breaking up the scar tissue and the arthritis in his hands. He couldn't get out of a chair. He couldn't go from standing to the ground back up again. He was 305 pounds. In less than 6 months, Jake has lost over 60 pounds. Jake's fingers are finally opening up again, and his toes were curling too. They're straightening out and getting that bend and flexibility. He's right now probably in the best shape you've seen him since 1992, and that's 20 years ago, 21 years ago.
Let's talk about Scott Hall, also known as Razor Ramon, who encouraged thousands of kids to walk around with toothpicks in their mouths and not get jobs. Is he still living with you two, living the sober lifestyle?
You know, Scott came down here, and I couldn't have done this without Jake. You know, I really couldn't have, because Scott, both of those guys, I go way back with, Jake and Scott Hall. And Scotty, we've really helped each other over the years. And Scott's been sober 2 months. And this isn't a rehab. What this is here, I call it DDP's accountability crib. And everybody's accountable for everything, how we act to each other, you know, how we treat ourselves, you know, working out, you know, eating really good. Scott right now, man, I tell you, I couldn't have done it without Jake, because Scott would always say, Dee, he always calls me Dally. He said, Dally, you're one of the most positive people I know, man, but you don't know what it's like. You don't know what it's like to be an alcoholic, a drug addict, a pillhead. And you're right. I'd say, Scott, you're right. But Jake does. And then push them together as hard as them counter out their own BS. And we've got some really cool things happening right now. You can catch almost all of it on DDP TV on YouTube. It's a station we set up there, DDP TV, one word.
Well, let's talk about this year's WrestleMania. It's going to be outside MetLife Stadium. The temperature is going to be in the 30s. How the wrestlers going to do with those outfits on in 30-degree weather? You talking about shrinkage.
Well, you know, I heard it's going to be about 40 or 50. That's why, because I checked it out before I came up there, because I'm getting ready to head up to the Mania myself, the spectacle. It's going to be cold, but you know what? The adrenaline from the people out in the stands, they might be, be dressed a little bit warm, but the guys, they're going to be so yacked up, man. This is WrestleMania. Are you kidding me? I mean, it's going to be a lot of guys going out there, and everybody wants to, you know, follow that. everybody wants to be the showstopper, the show stealer. You know, there's a couple matches that could do it too. So I'll tell you what, I will still be there, and I'll be up in the box. I'll be watching. I won't be down there freezing with everybody else.
Smart man. Well, finally, let's talk about the greatest current streak in sports. That's The Undertaker's 20-0 streak at WrestleMania. Is this the year he finally loses against CM Punk?
Not a chance. I'm not. I like Punk, but there ain't no way. I will be blown away if that happens. But I'm a big Rock fan too. I love how Rock has transcended, and I love how WrestleMania has just poofed itself right in between the bodybuilder movie and G.I. Joe. I love the way Rock did that. That is Rock brilliance.
You heard it straight from Diamond Dallas Page. John Cena has done so much for so many people. Go see his movies, for goodness sakes. What are you waiting on? I want to thank the man himself, Diamond Dallas Page. Go check out his channel on YouTube. Thanks so much for stopping by.
Hey, and don't forget to go to see ddpyoga.com if you want to see the greatest transformation in fitness history. Disabled veteran Arthur Borman. Fellas, it's been your pleasure.